In this video, we're going to be discussing the likelihood of Joe Biden winning the 2020 presidential election. To start, let's talk about who Joe Biden is. First of all, he was born in 1942 in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and then he moved to Delaware 10 years later, and he started out as a lawyer in 1969 and became senator for Delaware in 1972 and continued until he assumed the vice presidency for Barack Obama in 2009. He was vice president for 2 terms and is now one of the many Democratic candidates running for the 2020 election. His campaign is run on what it means to be American. According to an NPR article that contained his campaign video, Biden claims that we are currently in a battle for the soul of our country, meaning that we must restore our country from the hateful one that Donald Trump has created throughout his presidency. He wants to emphasize what our country used to be, a country founded on equality despite race, religion, and tribe. We are defined by principles in the Constitution where everyone has an equal opportunity.
According to a PBS article, the odds are against Biden. That's because Biden is a repeat presidential candidate, meaning that he's already tried running for president. And historically speaking, presidents that have tried again, or presidential candidates that have tried multiple times, don't win. Every president since Bill Clinton has been a first-time candidate that has beat a repeat presidential candidate. That means that the "it's my turn" argument doesn't work anymore. And Biden is fighting against a brand that has already been established for him. And he's a safe choice for the Democrats to push in 2020, but how safe is playing it too safe against the dangerous Trump base? Voters are looking for something new, but parties keep pushing people that are deemed electable by the parties. This points to a shift in the voter constituency that they want newer politicians instead of the establishment, meaning that Biden's chances may not be as hot as he thought.
I think especially because he's riding off the legacy of being part of Obama's presidency. I think he has great name recognition, but I also think that part of the reason Trump won in 2016 is because people want a challenge to the status quo. They're unhappy with their lives, and I think Joe is just really centrist. A lot of people have taken a liking to candidates like Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders that have not only very strong and articulate policy proposals, but Joe's kind of coasting off his old legacy. If you go on his website, it's no specific policy proposals to the kind of way that Elizabeth Warren. Yeah, I just think I also think that scandal that happened with I don't remember exactly the details, but I think there was a scandal with him kind of acting sort of weird toward a child or some women or something like that. And I don't think he handled the situation well. He made jokes about it, which is definitely not the right way to go about it. He could have just issued a formal apology or done a better apology, basically. Yes, I don't know. I think so. In conclusion, he has a lot of support because of his name recognition, but I really don't think that necessarily means he's going to win because I think there's a lot of other problems, and hopefully people will get educated and go out and vote for someone.
Let's look at the statistics. According to a new national poll released to The Hill, Biden is the leading Democratic candidate for the presidential election of 2020. And 36% of the Democratic respondents said that they would most likely vote for Joe Biden as their presidential nominee of 2020, according to a Harvard, Cap, and Harris poll survey. So here's what you can do. Visit vote.gov to learn how to register to vote. Research candidates from multiple sources to make sure you're not getting a biased opinion. Decide what strengths you're looking for in a candidate and what positions they have on the issues. Watch debates and look for their strengths and their qualities and their characteristics. So we've covered how likely Joe Biden would win the 2020 election, but the choice is in your hands. So that's why it's so important for you to educate yourself and vote.